The man, the legend, the icon, Monte Two Guns Barrett. Man, I'm fucking with you guys. What's up, peeps? Welcome to The Distance. My name is Julian Williams. Got a post-fight video for you guys. David Tool versus Monte Barrett 2. Basically, it was a decent fight. Wasn't a fast-paced fight by any means. Very slow-paced. Barrett came out and he got the unanimous decision in this one, which was redemption for the draw that more than likely I thought he won last year against Tua around the same time. But now Monte Barrett could ride in the sunset and probably never fight again. Who knows? He'll probably be back in a couple years. Who knows? I read on Bleacher Report one time that he wanted to do WWE or something like that. Somebody wanted him to do WWE. Who cares? I don't think anybody would know him. He's not like an iconic figure in boxing, so I guess my question is, what the hell does it do if he goes to wrestling and, the boxing world knows him as Monte Barrett and he gets his stupid ass name like Montel or some shit like that. Who knows? But anyway, let's get into the fight because I'm done talking and trying to joke and use my dry sense of humor. In this one, so Monte Barrett came out and pretty much he fought the perfect fight. Coming into the first round, he stood on the outside. He just jabbed, changed directions because Tua was coming straight forward, so he changed directions. He used angles and he kind of jabbed from him and dropped down the straight right hand or overhand right on occasion. He didn't throw too many right hands in the first round, but it was just stood on the outside. He jabbed from a long distance because he came out and he fought like a smaller fighter, like a fighter at the smaller weights, but he fought tall. Kind of like that correlation among both. He fought tall, but he fought kind of like a smaller fighter. He wasn't willing to exchange with Tua, but he stood outside, kept him outside of his reach, jabbed with him, or jabbed. Pretty much was able to land a jab from the outside, used a long jab, and pretty much just changed directions and jab. Pretty much what he did in the first round. Second round, he did kind of use that same formula. Tua still was not able to gain any momentum in the second round. Still wasn't able to gain any type of momentum. It was another round where he stood outside and he jabbed. He threw he threw more right hands in that round, and he started to kind of set him up with the jab to throw that right hand. Set up little traps in the ring to where he would move to a certain spot and jab from this, or use the right hand from a certain angle, and it would land from time to time. And Tua was getting shots. There's shots landing on Tua's head. And then the third round, Barrett came out swinging, and I did score the first two for Barrett, and I had to stop listening to the commentary because they thought the first round was close. I thought by no means was the first round close, even though Tua had a bit of a spur at the end. Third round, Barrett came out swinging, and and then he kind of had to control himself. He had to kind of control the pace a little bit more. Probably so he didn't punch himself out and get tired. So he stood on the outside again. He jabbed more. He moved more, and there was a cut also. I think either it was from like an elbow or during an exchange. I'm not even too sure, but there was a cut in that round on David Tua's. I believe it was his right eye. It was a cut, and round 4 again, Barrett standing outside, changing directions, jabbing. Fifth round, same thing. Sixth round, same thing. Seventh round, Barrett it seems as if he was kind of taking a round off. He stood outside. He did jab a little bit, but he did a little bit of running in that round and just stood outside. And Tua was I guess you could say Tua was the aggressor. And I gave that round to Tua, kind of a benefit of the doubt round. 8 I gave to Barrett, 9 I gave to Barrett because Barrett controlled it a little bit more. 10, 11, 12 were Tua rounds because I think that Tua was finally able to get inside when Barrett had gotten tired and he got the knockdown on 12. But Tua was finally able to get inside and start pressuring him a little more and starting to kind of he was trying to make Barrett fight him and try to make Barrett stand in front of him. So I had to fight for Monte Barrett. In the rounds, I basically had it about like 8-4. I had an 8-4 fight. but the knockdown makes it a little bit closer in the final round of the fight. But overall, it was I wouldn't say it was necessarily a dominant performance, because Tua did kind of come back a little bit in the later rounds, but I think that it was just a fight where Barrett just outboxed Tua, and Tua had like no answer for Monte Barrett. Monte Barrett, if you look closely at the fight, man, Monte Barrett was very simple. He used a long jab on the outside. He tied up inside. He pushed off, after tying up so that Tua would not get any rhythm. Since Tua was coming straight forward, Barrett just, sidestep, move side to side. He doesn't have fancy footwork or anything. So, he moved, he moved side to side, didn't really bounce on his toes, just changed directions. It was very calculated. Was having trouble Tua couldn't time him or anything. Like, Monte Barrett just came in plain and simple and just outboxed him. And the scorecards will not tell you, hey, dominant fight. But Monte Barrett came in, and it was a fight where he simply outboxed him. David Tua, and I guess you could probably say he dominated him. I think if it was like a 9-3 fight, I would say straight up domination. Maybe without the knockdown, you could say domination as well. But also, I just thought that Barrett was a smarter fighter. I think he used his tools to his advantage in this fight, which is what every boxer is supposed to do. Monte Barrett came in, like I said, quick jab at a certain distance, long jab at a certain distance, and when he hit him with the right hand and Tua would come in closer, he would tie him up. So everything he did was very much simple in the fight, but overall, I just think that he fought the perfect fight against Tua. Didn't let Tua get inside, didn't let him get any type of rhythm, and now, Barrett, 40 years old, retiring. I personally believe if he doesn't get like a gig doing anything else, I think he'll be back, possibly, I think he may have used his money correctly. David Tua needs to retire. David Tua is 38 years old. All the forums need to stop with this David Tua champion before 40, because he's not going to be a champion before 40. Heavyweights are too big. Monte Barrett, pretty much stood outside and outboxed him. This fight should be the end. He couldn't take out Demetrius King. The Friday fight, I guess I'll give him a little bit of the benefit of the doubt. And then Monte Barrett outboxing him. He outboxed him last year, and Shane Cameron's nobody. But I just think that David Tua, if he really wanted to, make noise somewhere and say, hey, I'm a legitimate contender, then he would have fought in like a Povetkin or a Helenas or Peter or Areola or even Tony. He would have fought these guys, but he's staying and he's fighting. He's fighting in New Zealand. He fought in Atlantic City last year, but he's not making it. I don't think he's going to make any type of noise with a loss like this in his career. I really don't think he's ever going to become a champion or a titleist in this division. The Klitschko brothers, we all know the story with them. No need to regurgitate it. David Tua, I think it's over. I really think it's over for him at this point. Didn't look good at all in this fight. Maybe we could say, hey, he doesn't look good against the style. Lennox Lewis is another guy that was bigger than him. But 38 years old, now has to really rethink things. He couldn't take out Demetrius King. That's a problem. I think Shannon Briggs took out King. But if he can't take out fighters like that, then maybe he has a chance against Stavern, the silver champion, but Vitaly will probably obliterate him. Anyway, peeps, that was the distance, and congrats to Monte Barrett. I'm out of here. Peace.